Welcome back to the show, everybody. The one and the only G.O.D. G.O.D. live right here on Team GRFT with you. And baby, I got some heat for that colo. Of course, Uncle Triple's got some heat for that colo, yo. Gotta pop my collar, yo. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling good today. It feels good, but regardless, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna breathe it in. I'm gonna absorb this. I'm gonna make it feel good because, yo, OneeChanbara Origin. Yo, I have been waiting a very long time to get on the mic and talk about this, but here's your truth moment for the day. I should have done this last year. That's the honest truth. Should have done it last year because I looked at what information was available about the game and I looked at it and was like, yeah, I could make a video out of this, but it would not be up to snuff to what I usually do because it wasn't enough. Is that we didn't really know anything other than what OneeChanbara Origins is, which is a remake, quote unquote, because of what I know now is that it's quote unquote what it is that it is a remake of the first two OneeChanbara games on the PS2. And given what I have learned about this game in the past year, something in my nose. Excuse me. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Knowing what I know about this game now and really thinking about it in context to these games that I have played over my years and love dearly and love them to pieces. Yeah, this is kind of what you do. Given this, given what the Z series has been and what it represents about where the franchise will be going in the future, that yeah, at this point, because of how crazy things have gotten, because of what Z2 Chaos brought to the table, and there's still something in my nose and I don't know what it is. Let me get good. Okay, we good now. We good. Okay. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, given what the Z series has brought to this series and given how crazy Z2 Chaos got, a look at where this series started at is probably the perfect way that for people who hopped into the series, especially when you talking to like me, where even though I played like the first two PS2 games, I didn't play them till after I got a hit of that Bikini Samurai Squad on 360, and it made me re-go back and explore the same thing that Earth Defense Force 2017 made me go back to do, to go make me figure out like what these games were, and I found things that were gross and that were crazy, that was dumb, that I love and still do. And it's good to see that those two franchises are as big as they are. Like Earth Defense Force is dumb, and if you ain't played it, you definitely should. And equally can be said about OneeChanbara, that you can really go back to the first two PS2 games and really find a lot, especially because of how those games were released as a part of the Simple series, that you don't necessarily hop into the original game, you hop into its technical 0.5 version, which adds stuff, but it's still the same thing, but bonus stuff. I don't know, I really definitely don't think that because of what those games added to the mix, and we'll talk about that when we talk about those two games later down the line, I don't really think none of that stuff will be available within OneeChanbara Origin. But fun factor, the PS3 version of Z Kagura featuring No is actually a throwback to those old games by adding a character who wasn't in the game originally when it came out on 360, when it did on PS3, which is a throwback to that stuff. So, history lesson for you, the person. So, given all of this information, is that like I said, I have been reading about this game, and like I said, I should have made a video a long time ago. But given now what I know about what this game is, because I ain't watched the trailer yet, but I did read like a write-up on Gematsu that we are going to take a look at about like what's going on, and given that information and really thinking about the first two OneeChanbara games in that light, I'm like, yeah, you have a lot of wiggle room to really retell that story any way you feel like, but keeping the main story beat, because the first two OneeChanbara games, when it comes to plot, is you did something bad to me, you finna get this work, catch an L, repeat over and over again. And for a game that's supposed to be that, you could keep the plot light. If that, it gives you something to gnaw on, and really like part two really gets dumb with all the characters they introduce and all the motivations, and that's really where motivations really started for the additional characters that are not Aya or Saki, you know what I'm saying, or Kagura and Saya when we get into the Z series, because that mainly I won't. No, see, I was about to say something, I'm not gonna do that. Not gonna do that. Now, cause, and then given that I'm not going to do that, it's because I've read through like what the previews are and things like that. A character who is probably going to be in Origins isn't a character that they've mentioned yet. And that character plays a very humongous role, starting from OneeChanbara to all the way through Bikini Zombie Slayers, aka OneeChanbara Revolution on the Wii. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that character plays a really huge role in that, and I really don't want to give that away to you. That's me urging you to go play a video game. So, shoot. No. Stay here. Ass and seat. Let's get through the video. Then you go do that. Okay? Then you go do that. Right now, though, we've got a trailer to look at, because the whole time before I got on the mic, I was trying to figure out, like, did I want to give y'all the hit of the Gematsu first and go through all that, or did we want to watch this trailer? Now, we're going to watch the trailer because we're going to do that. But here's a warning before we get started. This trailer will be watched and you will be able to hear nothing because it's a music video technically. It's a music video spliced with game footage, and all we care about is the game footage, because here's a throwback lesson that I have imparted on you because of my years and years in the game. If I was to sit up here and let the sound play on this video while these Japanese people are singing, I can guarantee you this video is going to magically disappear off YouTube, and we don't want that, because I, as in me, trying to educate you about dope video game, but they just made a trailer that just happened to have Japanese music in it, and that's kind of scary. And by scary, I mean, oh my God, I've been through this once or twice. You can't phase a phaser, you can't kid a kidder, you can't outgame a gamer. OG status, you know what it is. Yeah, that's what I want to say. That's so. Yeah, I came down this morning to come do this video, and by the time I sat down, got comfortable, and was ready to do the video, I was like, oh, shit, forgot the water. So we just gonna have to go with diet soda. But look, let's get to the work. Let's get to the work and what it is. So I am going to do some small adjustments. You know how we do small adjustments and whatnot. Don't mind me. I'm going to do these adjustments. So I am going to move me. I am going to move something else. I am going to make sure a thing is available. Alright. So now, hold up. Cause see, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting better at this thing. Let's get little sis up in here. Because little sis gonna bring us the heat. So if y'all ready, I'm ready. Y'all give it up for your girl and mine, super duper motherfucking magic box, baby. Oh yeah, do it like none other. So we're going to take a look at a video in silence, so I don't get thrown off of YouTube, because this is important. Knowing that I was going to do this, I've already watched the trailer, so I know most of it. The song's really good, and if you want to listen to it, you can do it on your own time, just not here on Triple's time, because you know the whole get money. So the thing, so it is what it is. So with all of that being said, now activating OneeChanbara Origins Zazi XE. Warning, something in Japanese, like loud rock music and stuff that's going down. Look, there is our heroine Aya, and there's Saki. There are things to be explained to this. I'm like, this game looks amazing. Like I'm like, because the thing is that we're gonna take a look at some screenshots and things like that. But given like what they are trying to do, and like I said earlier, because of what Z2 Chaos was and is, this seems like the perfect way to really go back and really do a remake, because you really don't want to, and this is my personal opinion, want to do a remake of the first two games having it look like where you come from. Is that it's not like this is a step down, but I think that this art style more reflects, Sayaka and Anzu, important characters for fans who know, but that this is the way that you would want to retell this story and to make it look, because of what the name of the game is, which is OneeChanbara Origins, and on top of that, more importantly, to really understand like where this game came from. Like, no, this some old Drake, started from the bottom, now we here type feel. That's just how it is, how it came off to me. And there is a lot we need to explain about this and everything. Like, this is very story mode driven, and it's like, I know that there's a way that I want to do this, and it's like trying to really put something down on the channel for OneeChanbara has been a thing I have wanted to do for years, but could never really properly find a way to do it in a way that I would be proud of. It is one of the reasons why a lot of things get dropped. Oh, this guy's important for a reason we'll get into later. It's like his whole existence is the main plot line of the first game. So, you know, things of that nature. We'll get into that. The Gematsu articles get into that, and I'll make sure to get a clear explanation. But I really want to do this game justice, and that's why a lot of things get stopped on the channel, like I said, because it's like I do things and I'm looking at it, and it's like if I just had this or if I had that I could do it a lot more justice. And I really want to do a series I love justice. That's why I haven't done like anything on Earth Defense Force either, because I really want to play those games in a way that really reflect how I feel about it, and the only really proper way to do that is to give it the shine that it deserves, and we still working on it. But I really think that if nothing else, I would love to play the 360 game. I would love to play Vortex as it's known, Bikini Samurai Squad as it is. Oh, our trailer's over. Let me get rid of that. Oh, we gotta do some stuff. So I'm over here on mini monitor right here. You know what I'm saying? So we finna put some work in. So let me do something. Let me get this together. Bloop. Okay, I'm looking. I'm good. Alright, so now that we got all this together, I got all we hit. Let me ask, y'all like the trailer? Even I know I talked over it, and you know I was like, you know, trying not to get sued by a Japanese song company or whatever, because we do what we do around here. But regardless of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real, why I will remember to put a link in the tray. I will put a link in the video, so if you want to go watch that, you should be able to go do that. So, with all of that being said, it's time to get it's time to get more of my peoples up in here. Yo, peoples up in here. Google motherfucking crap, where you at, baby? Right here. This is Gematsu. It's a website on the internet. Now, when I was looking at this, trying to figure out like how I want to run this, was a lot of what is explained about mainly what we need to get to are explained in these last two articles. But I do want to take a second and not click on this and highlight this as important. This is Rei. This is a brand new character for this series, and I've already read about what she is, because when I originally, like back in January when I read that article, it's like I'm thinking like, yo, is this the Anna amalgam that you're going with? And Anna is a character they introduced in Samurai Squad, aka Vortex on 360, as a new character, and she's still part of the series, a big part of the series, because she is she's a big part of Schoolgirl Zombie Hunter. She's not a playable character in that game, mind you, but she is a humongous part of what that game is. So it's like knowing that all that connects into each other, whatever, through that character Anna. So we're gonna put that in, but we are going to take a look at this one first, because there is a lot. We're not going to sit up here and we're not going to read everything, but there are main ideas that I really definitely want to get across about what this game is and why it's needed. Is that I'm gonna say this live though, real rap. I'm gonna say this live. I don't think that we live in a world where you need to remake the original Earth Defense Force, even though 1 and 2 have been done already. They've been done. You can find the first one on PSP, the second one on Vita. They've already been there. They've done that already. And it's like, and given what those things add, they become the definitive versions of how to experience the first two games. Even though you should go play both Earth Defense Force games on the PS2, just to show you from that direction, from that starter from the bottom. Now we here, and given how dumb Earth Defense Force 5 and Iron Rain go, you should take a second to really explore your history. That's what we about around here. And I'm like, take a second, you know what I'm saying? Do that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, regardless of that, I told y'all earlier that this is a remake of the first two OneeChanbara games. So it is what it is. So we got that. So okay, this is an important blurb. I'll go ahead and take a stab at this one. OneeChanbara Origin resurrects the OneeChanbara and the OneeChanbara 2, the origin title of the swordplay action series OneeChanbara in full high definition on PlayStation 4. In addition to a new telling of the stories of Aya and Saki who hate and want to kill each other, the game employs Kasumi Inami as its main character designer. Marking 15 years since the series birth began in 2004, the full story will be revealed in 2019 with the release of OneeChanbara Origin. Like I told you at the beginning, is that there's a plot. It's very simple. You did this to me. I don't like it. Come catch this work, please. And it works. It works. Is that you? Number one, let's be for real. You see this beauty. This is what you come for. Like, you're not really coming for the plot, but it's like, if the thing is that OneeChanbara wouldn't be anything without the story holding together, because it's a thing that the games care enough about its own canon to embrace it, because the games tell one continuous story. So yeah, this would probably be a good time. Switch back to me for a minute. We're gonna get back to Google Chrome, because I need y'all to look at me when I say this, because this is very important. This is me. Yo, what's up? Okay, internet. If you are looking to experience this series, this is what you do. If you need to play the first two games in English, Zombie Hunter and Zombie Hunter 2, the PAL versions. Zombie Hunter and Zombie Hunter 2 are the .5 versions of OneeChanbara and OneeChanbara 2 with bonus characters from other simple series games. So you get the same game, but you get bonus stuff, but it's still the same story but bonus stuff. So you do that. You go play Samurai Squad on the 360, aka Vortex, right? You go do that, and for extra $10, you get a whole bunch of DLC content, which used to be $20 forever until the day it dropped down to 10, and it's still that price now. And if I'm not mistaken, let me double check, because I'm finna double check this, because we here now. Let me see. Let me see. Because I think this game is backwards compatible. It ain't. Because I don't think it is. Hold up. Let me see. Because I'm looking at something, because I want to make sure. Because I think this game is backwards compatible. Okay, yeah, it's not backwards compatible yet, so it's what it is. Janine, chill, baby. It's okay. It's okay, baby. I got you. It's relax. Okay. Janine's a little mad. But look, regardless of that, it's not backwards compatible, but you can do that. What a lot of people don't know is Bikini Zombie Slayer, the Wii game, is actually a sequel to the 360 game in story. It doesn't tell a lot of story, but you can think of that game as more of a continuation / epilogue of the 360 game. So that's one you want to go and pick up. I'm like, it does a decent job, because it is a game about girls in bikinis with swords and a system that uses motion control. The motion control is pretty decent from what I remember. I ain't played the game in years, but I remember that it worked enough for it, so it is what it is with that. Now, here's something. I have never been sure, never, of the state of which OneeChanbara Special on the PSP falls into, because I know it's technically canon because of some plot points that get revealed, but how much canon is it and where it fits into the whole that is a story, I'm not sure. Thing is that at this juncture, I'm asking you to play a PSP game. I'm like, the game on PSP, it's a PSP game. However, if you got your joint modded out, click it up. Click it up to the 333 max. I'm like, even better if you do it on your PSTV or your Vita, because that's even more powerful, and you can probably get a better gameplay experience than if you just play the game as it is. Z Kagura and Z2 Chaos. You play the PS3 version of Z Chaos because it has no in it. And depending on how you feel, depending on what it is and where you at, is you can either play the PS4 version or you can play the PC version. The PC version, from what I understand, controller is a whole lot better experience than the PS4 version because of reasons, because you're playing a video game on a PC versus on a PS4, and that game came out long before there was a PS4 Pro, and I didn't do any research to try to figure out or understand whether or not that game controls better on the PS4 Pro than it does on a regular PS4. So, given this information, that I think Z2 Chaos has been on sale a couple of times, versus where every couple of weeks Z2 Chaos on Steam is on sale. So depending on if you got a beefy enough PC to play Z2 Chaos on the PC, that will be, I would suggest, where you go. All the DLC content is the same across both systems and things like that, so you aren't missing anything. But you should experience the games in release order. That's what you should do. I'm like, the only thing I will say, just as an addendum, you don't have any reason to play the OneeChanbara or the OneeChanbara 2. You don't need to play those. You always play the remix versions of both of those games. So remember this. This is important. Remember that, especially for the PS2 joint, because I need to repeat it. Zombie Hunter and Zombie Hunter 2. If you need to play the games in English or whatever language that isn't Japanese or some other languages that are left out of it, you should go ahead and you should play those, because they both have they both have 50, 60 HD switch selectors and things like that, so you can play the game on a TV without it being 20% slower or having the screen like scroll up and down like you're trying to adjust your stuff like Throwback. What do you fools know about rabbit ears on the TV? You don't. I'm just playing. Look, let's get back to the thing. I had to hold that down for the hood. I had to hold that down. Anyway, I'm glad we had that side moment to do that, and we're doing that, and that's good. But let's get back to it. So, oh no, what am I doing? Okay, we focus is here. Thank you. Alrighty, the story: Tokyo 20XX. A ruined age in which the living dead known as zombies run rampant. The age of half-sisters born from different mothers descended from a bloodline of swordsmen. The older sister lived with her father, this is important, who trained relentlessly and grew up spending all of her time mastering the sword. The younger sister lived with her kind-hearted mother and grew up hating the father who took her only sister and abandoned her and her mother. This is also important. Before long, the father went missing and the older sister utilized her sword skills to become a zombie hunter. As for the younger sister, her mother was killed and she became maddeningly vengeful and then learned how to control zombies. Super important. The older sister is trying to find her younger sister, who is her only remaining relative. The younger sister is trying to resurrect her mother with a secret art passed down from ancient time. It is said the secret art requires the heart of a blood relative. Super motherfucking important. That is correct. The enemy of the vengeful younger sister is in fact the older sister. In a vortex, I like that, of love, hate, and conspiracy, the battle of sisters begins. This is the plot for the first game. This is what it is. Let me shorten it for you. Aya was raised by her daddy, and then her daddy got murked. You want to know who murked her? Aya's sister Saya, because she was pissed off that her mama died for a reason that the games don't quite get into. They just say she died. The games never state how she died. It's just that you just caught a massive L. So there's that. And that is the setup for the first game. And that's all we know about this at this time as we're reading this. So let's scroll down a little bit. This is Aya. This is Aya. This is Aya. Let me get this here. This is Aya. This is Saki. There you go. Yes, so we are. This is Aya. We're not, well, okay, I guess we could read this. A beautiful female sword master and a descendant of the Baneful that has worked with assassins since ancient times. Her natural talent with a sword towers above all others. Since she was young, she lived with her father and master swordsman Oboro, important, and was trained relentlessly each day until she acquired power equal to that of her father at a young age. One day, her father found out that her stepmother Tsubaki was slaughtered and disappeared, his whereabouts unknown. Aya, left on her own, receives a contract from a zombie subjugation informant who goes by the name of Ray, new plot, and starts working as a zombie hunter. Her thought process that if she continues to slay zombies, she may eventually find her father or half-sister Saki. By bathing in the blood spurts of zombies, the Baneful Aya can unlock the seal of the Baneful blood that flows through her body and into a rampaging state that significantly increases her battle ability. It is for this reason she wears the swimsuit-like combat outfits with high skin exposure. This is one of the best things I love about this series. They like, oh, Aya just walking around in a bikini. No, there's a legitimate plot reason for it. You gotta love plot reasons for cake. So it is what it is. Let's continue. She has a flashy appearance and witty tone, but is also highly perceptive and assesses her surroundings with calmness. As you might expect from a sword expert, she's a master of both single and dual wielding and can unleash a variety of attacks with a sword. She can also use a multitude of kick attacks with her trained legs, and she uses projectile with kunai as well. And this is more Aya. Gotta love that. And this is more Aya. Even more Aya. This is a beauty indeed. I'm gonna say this while we're scrolling through pictures of Aya. If you look very carefully from when Samurai Squad came out, you can find a picture of Aya in a certain magazine, and that's all I'm gonna say, because any more of that will probably get this video, not in a get money state. So I'm just gonna put that out there. Oh look, it's Saki, Aya's younger sister from another mother. Since her father abroad took Aya and left the family very early on in her life, Saki was raised as an only child by her mother Tsubaki, whose kind heart was her only means of support. However, one day someone took her mother's life, and the only person Saki could rely on disappeared. Saki knew that it was her father that abandoned them and the older sister from another mother that killed her beloved mother and polished her sword skills in a vengeful resolve. Furthermore, Saki learned an ancient secret art that can be used as a means to resurrect her mother. To accomplish this, she needs the live heart of one Baneful with thicker blood. In a scheme to lure out Aya, Saki utilizes an ability to summon and enslave zombies so that she can steal the heart of Aya she hates and resurrect her mother. Yeah, plot of that first game real deep. I want to bring my mama back. Come catch this L, bitch. And that's it. And this is more Saki. This is our new character, Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, like I said, I really honestly thought when I first read about her that she was an Anna amalgam, and she kind of technically is, given the role that Anna plays in later games. But given what this is, they've really, like, because we read earlier, they really placed her in a place where it seems natural in your retelling to really fit a new character in there to give you something. And I bet you any money, either she's a DLC character or hopefully in the throwback of the series, an actual unlockable character at some point through progressing through the story. So, a woman who gets in touch with Aya as an informant is someone in the business of zombie hunting. Ray is a so-called business partner to Aya in that she provides her information about zombie outbreaks and has her subdue them in exchange for information about her family. Ray communicates with Aya in various ways. As far as her background goes, that seems to be information that is mostly unknown and full of mystery. However, Ray seems to also have a sister. Yeah, I read this. We're not going to talk about it. We're not. Because if Ray's sister is who I think it is, that's very important. Like, really, really legitimately important to the plot of the original game. So we won't talk about that person until they want to talk about it. But anyway, let's learn some stuff. What is Baneful blood? Its origins can be tracked back to ancient Japan. A mutation born through a certain family of assassins continue to use a self-training technique that further enhances the blood in the body. It is said that the sisters of the head of the family were the first to carry the Baneful blood within them. By overstimulating the possessor's mind and body, Baneful blood increases their movement by many times that of a normal person. The sisters tried to reproduce the technique that gave birth to their special blood, but the men of the family that were all subject suffered post-operative insanity. Only some women who possessed some sort of the antibody were a success. The rest died, unfortunately. This tragedy was the origin of the Baneful blood name. From then on, the family was known as the Banefuls, and the head family that which originated from the blood of its founders, the sisters, possessors of the thickest blood. Those who artificially inherited the same blood as the sisters were designated as branch families. After that, the Branch family did everything possible to produce more blood than the Head family, but were condemned by the Head family after a certain incident, which resulted in the reduction of the families. What are zombies? Being that the appearance of human and the negative energy of being buried underground, their appearance and nature are almost no different than the zombies portrayed in fiction. If a living person intakes a zombie body fluid, their biological makeup will change to that of a zombie, thus creating a new zombie. To the ordinary person, zombies are nothing short of a calamity. Even among the Banefuls, the highly skilled are able to freely produce zombies and command those of their preferred form. It is unknown how Saki acquired this technique, but she takes control of numerous zombies in an attempt to lure out Aya. Zombies, extraordinary, ordinary men and women who sleep in corpses, were resurrected as zombies from resting places such as graveyards. They faithfully obey Saki's commands. Although they sometimes mutter words based on memories of being alive, their sense of self has significantly collapsed, so they do not have any particular meaning at all. And these are pictures of zombies. Y'all like zombies? Madmen, special enhanced zombies. They will only die by destroying the core of their body or by a rampaging attack of a Baneful. Any other attack will not work. This is important for a reason, and we'll get into this when we start playing OneeChanbara, because, that's one of the ways they really switch up the gameplay and really get you thinking. So keep that in mind. Policeman zombies. Policemen resurrected as zombies. They carry and shoot handguns. They will sometimes mutter words like human, but have no memory of their past as a policeman, as again, their sense of self has completely collapsed. Look at that. The 5-0 getting slashed up. The murder. Soldiers killed in action in Japan, not limited to Japanese soldiers, resurrected as zombies. They faithfully obeyed Saki's command. Whether or not due to the memories incurred before and for their death, their fighting ability is high. And look, all these murdered zombies straight from a war we don't know. The zombie boss Devda, a zombie created by a mysterious organization from an ordinary man with a large physique. Its huge body is about 5 meters in length. Since it was created from a human, it sometimes mutters words, but its sense of self has completely collapsed. Any flaws are repeatedly being improved upon. The symbol of the organization is engraved on its body. Here's a fun fact. Devda is a classic boss within this series. Makes various appearances in different forms, but can't have an OneeChanbara game without him. So, there you go. Zombie boss Anzu. A Baneful girl who died in a battle involving a fellow Baneful, but was resurrected through a secret art. Following her resurrection, she is driven by an impulse to eat live human flesh. Her past memories are mostly gone, but she does remember a certain person. Now, given what I know about what we're going to get into, we're going to learn a little bit more about Anzu a little bit later, and I'm going to keep that to myself for now. But what you did notice that Anzu was flanked by somebody else in the trailer that we watched, and then given it, like I said, even in the trailer, that Anzu's a very historic character as a part of the series. So it's good to see her back. Well, good to see her back in the game again, and I think that's about it. So we are going to do this here. We're going to do that. We're going to back up a little bit. We're going to get into the stuff that just came out. Yo. OneeChanbara Origin was launched on the PS4 this fall in Japan. Publisher D3 publisher and developer Tamsoft announced. The first trailer as well as new information and screenshots were also released. And stuff we already took a look at. Remember this guy? Oboro. Aya Saki's father says it right there. This is important. Because we talked about this earlier, but just in case you like to skip around and somebody just hop right here into this video, he's supposed to be dead. But given that this is a retelling, you can do whatever you want. So this is important for reasons. So let's take a look. A sudden reunion. Aya is Saki's father and a master swordsman. He works as an assassin and has trained Aya in swordsmanship since she was young. It seemed there was once a time where he walked alongside his wife Tsubaki in order to destroy an organization that uses Baneful blood. Important. Oboro was the father that disappeared after learning about the death of Tsubaki. But upon reunited with his beloved daughter Aya, who was in pursuit of Saki, he seemed to be in an unusual state. He states that his daughter Aya is Tsubaki's enemy and then suddenly attacks her. So, given what we learned earlier about things, you can kind of see where this is coming from and going. This is something completely new. This is something completely new that was not featured in the original game because he was just dead. That's just what it was, and that's just what it is. He here now, so that stuff. So, look at this. a father who has lost his sanity and attacks his daughter. After reuniting with his daughter, Oboro lost his sanity. Aya had no choice but to return fire. The battle with her father was a battle of Baneful assassins. At the end of the battle, Oboro tells Aya the full sequence of the events thus far. He went on a journey to take his own revenge on Tsubaki's enemies and was finally able to find out the identity of the person pulling the strings. However, Saki, who was captured by that person, is trying to dig up and resurrect Tsubaki's remains. Additionally, Oboro has lost control of his baneful blood and faces daily lacks of sanity and thus should not live much longer. The tragic Oboro tells Aya that the name of the person pulling the strings is Ava, super important, and also tells her another shocking truth revealed for the first time. And he finally says to protect Saki. Yeah, Ava, super important. Just links things together because let's just put this in the spoiler territory for you. This bridges the first two games together. That right there. That's all I'll say. Let's look at more pictures. These are pictures. That's a picture. Oh, look. Characters we talked about. And look. More characters. Zombie bosses Sayaka and Anzu. Among the many entries that appeared in the original OneeChanbara and Part 2 was the popular high school sister zombie Sayaka and Anzu. Some fans called them the Claw and Iron Ball. They were resurrected as enemy characters in OneeChanbara V2 Chaos. Of course, they're zombies. These somehow lovable girls who can talk like humans will be cuter this time around. Yeah, as we talked about, you know what I'm saying, characters from the throwback, you know what I'm saying, it's important. I'm like, I don't know how much actual plot relevance they'll get, and I'm getting, because they are popular characters, that they'll get some, but we'll see about that. Sayaka, Anzu's elder sister and originally a baneful girl. Thanks to a secret art of Eva, the person pulling the strings, she was resurrected as a zombie. She is loyal to Ava's commands and waiting a close war to kill Aya. She has superhuman strength even among the baneful and wields a huge iron ball as her weapon. She forever regrets that Anzu died while she was still alive, and that now she's resurrected. She's happy to spend her days with Anzu again. She has a strong sense of errand and responsibility as the Northern sister, even though they're already dead, and wants to keep Anzu alive from the bottom of her heart. Yeah. Things. We'll talk about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Look at that uppercut. That uppercut is dumb. She enjoys karaoke and has an unnatural disposition to destroy machine whenever she sees it, and never sings a song through to the end. Anzu calls her One-chan. Anzu, Sayaka's younger sister, a baneful girl resurrected as a zombie by the secret art that the same Ava that resurrected Sayaka. That's a bad translation of the sentence, but anyway. Actually, we're going to work this sentence out. A baneful girl that was resurrected as a zombie by Ava using the secret art that she also used to resurrect Sayaka. That's more wordy, but it makes more sense. Anywho, she's equipped with large claws and mangles her enemies with agile movement. While she seems to be following Ava's orders to kill Aya, she has an intense hunger and is secretly distances herself from Sayaka to eat away at the flesh of blood and zombies. Yeah, that's her whole plot thing, is that even though that Sayaka has control, she doesn't. In order for her to keep her form, she has to eat zombies. It's a very semi plot point that becomes more important in part 2 when they try to explain it to a degree. But it is what it is. Unlike Sayaka, she almost has no memory from when she was alive, but she has a solid memory when it comes to Sayaka, however. For that reason, she's just as spoiled by her older sister as when she was alive, and calls her One-chan in admiration of her superhuman strength. While she wants to wield an iron ball like her sister, she's never been able to due to her lack of power. And pictures. Lots of pictures. Pictures. The battle between sisters. Aya bursts into the underground temple in which Saki lives. Saki is there awaiting her arrival. Saki tells her that she will use her heart to resurrect her dead mother. Aya asks her what's value in there of the mother resurrected as a monster, but Saki will not listen to her. And with that, the battle of the best swordsman of the Baneful clan begins. And this is the climax of the first game. It's very important to the series. That final showdown, which really leads into part 2 and its plot too. And I'm like, given like that they weaving little stuff from part 2 into part 1 and things like that I think is dope. But it'll be interesting to see how they really retell all of that. Anyway, if the conflict of the fate of the Baneful, if conflict the fate of the Baneful, that was a bad sentence readings. The episode that corresponds to the climax of the original OneeChanbara is the battle between sisters Aya and Saki. What awaits beyond the bloody battle of these two Baneful sisters? Hold that thought. Excuse me. What awaits beyond the bloody battle of these Baneful sisters? Will Aya be able to protect and rescue her younger sister Saki, who is trying to kill her like her father expects? Or what kind of existence is Ava, who is pulling the string behind the scenes? Important plot relevant stuff. And that song we didn't listen to. Well, so there you go. Lots and lots of stuff. I will go ahead and I will bring it back to me. We're gonna minimize some stuff. We're gonna close some things. I know, baby. I know. Daddy knows. I got it. I got it. Let me see. Yeah, that's the button to press. Okay. That was a lot to take in. I'm glad we were able, man, to get it up on that, but like, y'all need to keep your eyes on this. I'm like, man, give it somebody, like I said, like, I love the series. I do. I love it to pieces, and I'm glad to know that this game is really getting the treatment that it deserves. But a lot of what we've learned and what you've learned about what this remake boot is, because it's not a reboot. I don't think it's not a reboot. It's a remake, but it's doing things to expand on its remake nature. I wonder will the original games be playable in there in some form. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can make some technical glitches happen. You can do that. I wonder, and this is given recent stuff that other companies have did, mainly with Ace Combat. I wonder, will the remix games of 1 and 2 be like pre-order bonuses in Japan or something? I wonder, because I really don't honestly think that that somebody would do the work to get Zombie Hunter and Zombie Hunter 2 playable in a PS4 format as a pre-order bonus for America. I don't know about that. It would be kind of dope if you could, but I don't know if they're going to do it at all, but that would be a nice that'll make me pre-order the Japanese version, knowing that would never come to America. Knowing that no one would ever take the time to get Zombie Hunter and Zombie Hunter 2 working in a PS4 thing. I need some more of this stuff. It's gone now, but damn, it's good. Not bad. Not bad for being off-brand diet soda. I'm like, I got my preference. I'm like, I don't know. Mrs. got me. And I'm like, that's all we have in the house is diet soda when I need to be drinking water. But anywho, I do wonder, like, that would be a dope pre-order mode. Like, I would get on that. I would pre-order it. Like, that seems like something that you would do as a digital pre-order bonus. And I'm like, given what things are, you could do that. But look, I'm glad we was able to take some time to get into this mix. But regardless of that, I hope you guys learned something. I hope that, that little impromptu how you get into the game will really help you. That if you decide you want to explore this series, that I've given you the way that you can do it, and there are plenty of ways to get into the series. So if you need any assistance, you need any help with that, get at me in the comments, and I will help you any way I can, because I love these games, and I would love to get more people to play them. So if you need any assistance, need any help, get in the comments. I got what you need. But regardless of having what you need, we've got plenty of more show for you. So please sit back, relax, and stay tuned. They are the congregation. That's Bessie, Janine's Pern, Magdalene's in the building, and I am, of course, the one and the only, the triple, the G.O.D, a.k.a. Mr. C-O-A-C-K-C-O-C-I-N-E, hashtag entertainment's #1 dope man, hashtag the baddest monster in existence. You know what it is. You. That's you. You. And also you. Definitely you. Yeah, you. You and 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 you. Y'all, go tell them and they. Team GRF TV is holding down the streets. We're on this YouTube tip live as we does. Dynamic Buster! Bang, baby. But seriously, sit back, relax, and stay tuned, man. We got plenty of more work live right here on GRF TV. And yes, I know I'm behind on the shit, but I got you. Don't worry about it. So, again, for the third time, sit back, relax, and stay tuned. You know who I am, you know who it is, and you know who's holding you down on the unos, the throws, the tres, and the cuatros, baby. Keep them culos in them seats, baby. We have got more show for you right after these, I don't know, commercial messages. Seriously, go play this series. This series is dope. Also, go play some Earth Defense Force. Go do that. That off the chain. Wondering if they gonna release them pre-order bonuses because Uncle Triple was broke during that pre-order cycle, but stuff and things. Don't worry about it. More show for all of y'all. After you go play some OneeChanbara. After these commercial messages.